Hello and welcome to How to Create the Perfect Internet Project. And each one will be set up exactly the same, so here's how you do it. Each week or every other week, whenever we have our projects, you're going to go to your Google Classroom. And when you go to your Google Classroom, whether it is whatever period you're in, so there will be a project set up. So let's say, for example, we go to this one, Genetics 1 Spring, and you'll see I have this labeled Sample Project and Video, but yours will be labeled whatever it's supposed to be. If you look underneath, you can see the Mendel Internet Assignment. That's the one you're going to do, but this is how you should set them up, and they'll all be set up exactly the same. So once you click on that, you're going to go to your instructions, and there will be 3 files there. One I added new for this year. The first one will be the actual project sheet. The second one will be the actual Google Slides presentation that you're going to create. And then, since we had some trouble with citation generators in the past, we're going to use Google Docs as our citation generator. And if you follow these steps, you will do absolutely perfect. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the project. And it's going to be set as a PDF. So there'll always be a title, there'll be some image, and then there'll be questions and or comments and or pictures that you need to get. So in this particular case, we're going to answer 3 questions. A height question, where he plays, and what just happened. And some new news happened last night. And we will answer these questions. And there will be specific things that you must do every single time. And there is a rubric that follows it, and I'll discuss that in class. But here's how it goes. First order of business, that is the project. So then, if we go back, you're going to see there is a slides. So when we click on the slides, it's going to pop up. I will have the title for you already. So the very first thing you must do is type your name. Failure to do so will cost you 5 points. Could be the silliest 5 points ever. Then you're going to add a slide, and you can use whatever theme you want. I'm going to keep it super simple here today, so I'm just going to add a slide. And again, Google Slides is great. You can add anything you want. You can move things. It's fantastic. So when we go back to our project, which I should have kept open, that was my fault. The first question we're going to say is, how tall is LeBron James? But what we are not going to do is rewrite the question. So for example, the title of the slide is not going to say how tall is LeBron James. It might say something like LeBron's height. And that is a way to simplify what the question is asking. Now, many of you may or may not know this, and you can look it up in the internet, or you can look it up in your notes, meaning the real questions. But I happen to know that LeBron is 6 feet 9 inches tall. So I would simply write, he is 6 feet 9 inches tall. Now, one of the things you're going to notice about me is I don't like a lot of blank space down over here. I don't like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to make your text appropriate. Now, a lot of times your answers will be more detailed than one sentence. But what you can do here is, if we open this up, and you go to the font size, you can increase it. Now, again, this is a tricky one because there's a lot of blank space on here, but moving forward, you're going to see that I don't want a lot of blank space. And there's options you can do around this, but there's our first one. We got his height. The second question, when we go back, we're going to see what team is he currently on and include a picture of him in his uniform. All right. So obviously I gave it away on the project, but we know he's on the Lakers. So I can add a new slide. And again, you can pick any choice you want. Let's do one that kind of shares a picture and some text. So let's put LeBron on the Lakers. I'm a real pain in the neck. I want the titles to look professional. So shorter words like on and the, you can keep lowercase, but all the other words, you want to capitalize them. You want to make them look good. So now you can put here, LeBron James is currently on the Los Angeles Lakers. And again, a little small, so I can take this and I can make it a little bit bigger, something like that. And again, the space is a little weird, but you get it. So now I got to get a picture of him, because if you see here, it says include a picture of him in his uniform. So I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in LeBron on the Lakers, and I got a whole bunch of choices. So let's say I choose this one right here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click. I'm going to copy the image, and then I'm going to go back to my project and place it in here. Now, I can put it anywhere, so I'm going to get rid of this because I don't really like that. And I'm going to hit Control-V. That seems to be what Google likes you to do. And I'm going to set it up so it looks pretty neat like that. So there he is, LeBron on the Lakers with his jersey. Now, every picture you get needs to be cited. How do you do that? Well, there's a lot of citation generators. I used to use Cite This for me, but that doesn't seem to work on the school computers anymore. So, good news, we found out that using Google Docs will allow us to do the same exact thing. So, for example, I have included a LeBron citation page. So when you open it up, it's a Google Doc and it's blank. But I have the title over here, LeBron Citations. So here's how you do it. You must do this every single time. So I go to the image. Oops, there's the image. Then I'm going to click this little box here that says Visit. Visit is going to take me to the actual website where this came from, not google.com with a million zillion things after it. And you can see it came from NBA.com. So I'm going to copy the web address, Control-C. Then I'm going to go back to my citations, and this is the important part. I'm going to go to where it says Tools, drop down. Where it says Citations, click on that. And then over here on the side, MLA 8th edition is fine. Click on Add Citation Source. Then you must choose Website from the drop-down list. And then you're going to paste where it says Search with URL, Control-V. Then you're going to click Search. And it's going to search the internet. It found it. And then you're going to click Continue. And then you're going to click Add Citation Source at the bottom. And it just created a citation for you. And then what's really neat about this is you're going to hit Insert Works Cited button. And there it is. Now, there's a couple of things that are annoying to me about this. The first thing is there's humongous spacing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to bring this back. Oh, it doesn't do that. Okay, so it will not let us do that. That's fine. So now I'm going to highlight all the words in the citation, not the words works cited. And I'm going to go to the spacing. I'm going to put it to single space. And then before the whole citation, I'm going to write the words LeBron in uniform, little minus sign, and then I'm going to bold that. Control-B for bold. Whoops, came off. Control-B for bold. Now, this is where people make their mistake. I'm going to copy this whole thing, Control-C, and then I'm going to go back to my project. And on the page with the picture, I'm going to open up a little text box right there, and I'm going to tuck this down on the bottom somewhere small, Control-V. Now, that's probably in, or it's in 11 font, that's what it says. Let's knock it down to maybe 8 font, because again, I don't want it to be the star of the show, but I want it on there. And then I'm going to tuck it over here in the corner just like that. I could shrink it down like that and tuck it in the corner like that, whatever option I have. But every time you do a picture, there will be a text box with the citation with a little bolding. Failure to do so will cost you some points. And then the last question there, it said, what great basketball player did he pass on the all-time scoring list? Now, this literally is fresh news, so when you all watch this next year and the year after, you're going to be like, yeah, we knew that already. But when I made this video, it happened literally last night. You are going to new slide, and again, you can pick whatever you want, and maybe we choose the one with the title, and you're going to title it Record Broken. Notice both words are capital, and you're going to write here, LeBron broke the all-time scoring record held by, and again, you may or may not know this name, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Again, a little bit small, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And you're going to do this until you've answered every single question. And again, you can do what you want with the themes. You can have a ton of fun with it. There are so many free themes out there. I'll show you a bunch of really great examples of some old projects I've gotten in the past. But by the time you're done, you're all set. You call me over. I'll check it. I'll be more than happy to check it during class. And once it's done, you're going to turn it in like you do everything else on Google Classroom. And as long as it's turned in by the due date and due time, you will get full credit and everything's great. One other piece of business, you can work with one other person. So if you have a really good, trustworthy partner, you can split the work. But the person that is the original sharer must be the one that turns it in. And if one of the partners forgets to turn it in and you lose 10 points for it being late, unfortunately, you will both lose the 10 points. So if you are to choose a partner, make sure you choose them wisely. So by the time you are all done, you will have citations, you will have a project that's neat and professional looking, and you'll turn it in. And if all of the rules have been followed, and again, I'll show you the rubric, you will get 100 on every single one of these. And these things are 30% of your grade. So be neat, have fun, and I am looking forward to some really great projects this year.